After the company annual dinner, I got completely drunk. My roommate Chen, the landlord's son, younger than me, carried me home on his shoulder. I giggled, wrapped my arms around his neck, and slurred. One more drink, he dumped me on the bed. His eyes were dark. Do you know who I am? I reached up and pinched his tense face. The landlord's son. He gave a cold laugh, pulled off his tie, and bound my wrists. Good. And tonight's rent you'll pay with your body. I swore I would never drink like that again. The rain hammered against the car windows. I leaned in the passenger seat, my head throbbing. Chen drove in silence. When we got home, he carried me inside like a sack of rice, ignoring my protests. He was gentle when he threw me onto the bed. He stood over me, shadow falling across my body. Do you know who I am? His voice was colder than the rain outside. I squinted up at him. The lines of his jaw were tight, his lips thin. I reached up again. The landlord's son. He caught my wrist hard. Then he used his tie to bind my hands. "The night's rent," he said, leaning close enough for me to feel his breath. "Body payment." I sobered up fast. The next morning, sunlight stabbed through the window. My head felt split open. Fragments from the night before surfaced. The dinner, the drinking. Chen carrying me home, the tie. His kiss. I sat up with a jolt. Someone had changed my clothes. I was wearing my own pajamas. Faint red marks circled my wrists. It hadn't been a dream. I stormed into the kitchen. Chen was there in grey loungewear. Sleeves pushed up, calmly frying an egg. Golden morning light fell across his profile. He glanced at me, perfectly composed. "You're awake." I stood in the doorway, throat dry. "Last night my clothes, he turned off the stove. You threw up on yourself. I changed you." My face went scarlet. He put the egg on the plate. "You expect someone else to do it." I was too mortified to speak. "And the tie?" He looked at my wrists. "You were grabbing at people when you were drunk." I had to defend myself. He sat down at the table, spreading butter on toast as if nothing had happened. He told me to forget that night. Said he was sorry. Said it wouldn't happen again. After that night, something shifted. The next weekend, a pretty young woman showed up at our door. Red lips, curly hair, a gift bag in hand. "I'm looking for Chen," she said sweetly. Chen came to the door and his face went dark. "How did you find this place?" she said. Chet asked his roommate. She tried to give him the bag. He refused. She asked why he wouldn't give her a chance. "I don't like you," he said. Flat. Brutal. Then she turned on me. "Is it because of her?" "I'm just his roommate," I said quickly. Chen stepped in front of me, blocking her completely. "It has nothing to do with her." He told her to leave. She threw the bag on the floor and ran off crying. Later that week, an old university classmate, Xiang Chen, returned from abroad. He chased me for 3 years in college. It turned him down many times. He never quite gave up. He organized a dinner and insisted I come. That night he sat too close, poured me drinks I didn't want, put his hand over mine. I excused myself to the bathroom. Chen texted. "What time will you be back?" "Soon," I replied. "Need me to pick you up?" "No, it'll take a taxi." Back at the table, Xiang Chen tried to put his arm around my shoulder. I stood up. "Him sick. Him leaving." He followed me into the hallway, grabbed my arm, slid his hand to my waist. "Get off," I shouted. He laughed. "What, Yori's still playing hard to get?" Then a cold voice cut in. "Let her go." Chen stood at the end of the hallway, light falling across him. He strode over, wrenched Xiang Chen's hand off my arm, pulled me behind him. He told Xiang Chen to leave. Xiang Chen sputtered. Chen stepped closer. He was half a head taller and his presence filled the space. "I'm her roommate. And the messenger for her telling you to leave." Xiang Chen retreated. Chen put his jacket over my shoulders. "Let's go home." In the taxi, I asked how he knew where I was. He said he'd given him the address earlier. You weren't replying to messages. I was afraid you'd get drunk and lost again. My face warmed. I didn't drink this time. No, he said. But you almost got bitten by a dog. I laughed despite myself. Then he said quietly, next time something like that happens, just use my name. I turned to look at him. Use your name? Will that work? I thought I saw his mouth twitch. Try it. Something changed after that night. Chen-Yu started texting me small things. I bought yogurt, put it in the fridge, it's yours. It's getting cold tonight. Close your window. I reinforced the lock. Remember to turn it all the way. I replied, got it. Thanks. Okay. Occasionally he came home early with 2 orders of takeout. New place downstairs. Try it. We would sit at opposite ends of the sofa and eat in silence, the TV filling the space between us. On his birthday, his mother came over and cooked a huge meal. She's a warm, loud woman. Nothing like her quiet son. She held my hand and told me how much she liked me. Said Chen-Yu was too quiet and if he ever bullied me, I should call her immediately. Chen-Yu sighed into his soup. After dinner, he walked me to the subway station. In the cold autumn wind, he handed me a small velvet box. My mother wanted me to give you something, said it's for taking care of me. Inside was a thin silver bracelet with a tiny star charm. I hesitated. It's too expensive, keep it, he said. Otherwise she'll nag. Then he said, some of what my mother said tonight was true. And he turned and walked back inside. Some of it was true. I couldn't stop thinking about those words. At work the next day, I texted him, are you coming home for dinner tonight? He didn't reply until evening. When I got home, the lights were on and he was sitting at the table with his laptop. I brought you noodles, he said, pointing toward the kitchen. A bowl of beef noodles from my favorite shop, still steaming. I asked him about what his mother said. About the girl he liked in high school. The one he followed to university. He closed his laptop. Leaned back. You really want to know? I nodded. Yes, he said. I followed her. I tried to get into her university. My scores weren't high enough. I stared at him. Which university? I university. My university. I know her. I said slowly. Do I know her? He met my eyes. Yes. My heart slammed against my ribs. Who is it? He picked up his water glass. Took a slow drink. Not telling you. Why? Because it's embarrassing. He stood up. Hey, your noodles are getting cold. Eat. Then he went to his room and closed the door. But I knew there was only one person it could be. I lay awake that night, staring at the ceiling, replaying every interaction over the past months. The way he looked at me when he thought I was watching. The way he remembered what I liked. The way he showed up when I needed him. He had known me all along. The next evening, I found him on the sofa watching TV. I sat down beside him closer than usual. Chen-Yu, I said. The girl you liked in high school. It's me, isn't it? He went completely still. Then he nodded. Just once. I was 2 years behind you, he said, not looking at me. Every day I would walk past your classroom just to see you. When I heard you were going to a university, I studied like crazy. I still didn't make it. He finally turned to face me. This apartment was a coincidence. I asked my mother for months before she let me rent the other room. I came here because of you. He paused. I've liked you since high school. Always you. He looked at me. Is that okay? I said yes. His eyes lit up. He pulled me into his arms and held me tight. Mine. He said into my hair. I asked if I still had to pay rent. He laughed, his chest shaking against mine. You'll pay. For the rest of your life. With your body if you have to. I shouted. I like you too, Chen-Yu. He smiled a real, full smile and pulled me closer. Then he said, tonight, you should drink a little. I want to sleep with you.